Hi, Caleb here from Bubblebee Industries. I'd like to take you over some of our miniature lavalier microphone tools, and I'll be as quick as possible with each one, and we'll get through the whole range and you can ask questions about it later. So yeah, everyone loves a good lav miking box, and we have a range of tools that can help you get better sound for your recordings using various lav miking techniques. So let's take a look at what's in the box. I've got another box there, so let me move this just over there for now. The first thing I'd like to show you is our range of wind bubbles. That was the first product we created for lav mics. And to do that, I've got our little friend, the DPA 4060 over here. And I'll show you how to mount a wind bubble and what it sounds like on and how to take the mic back out. So basically that's the 4060, it's an omnidirectional mic and it is susceptible to wind, noise and overload. So we created the wind bubble to protect these little guys and many other lavalier mics from wind. And they have a hard mesh basket on the inside, which is the magic source. It holds space of dead air around the capsule, and that allows the capsule to do its job or perform as naturally as possible. Got two little legs on it, and those are used to find the hole. They're not meant for erratic pulling. And you take the capsule and pop that into the wind bubble, and at that point, normally people push it up to the end of the mesh bubble on the inside, and it's highly recommended that you then just ease it back out about 1 millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters. And by doing that, you're then maintaining space and air gap, a bubble of dead air around the top of the capsule as well, because any fabric pushed against it will transmit vibrations a lot louder. And that's what it sounds like when it's on as well. So that's the 4060 with the wind bubble on it. And we use as good quality materials, and the design is designed specifically to allow it to be as transparent as possible in terms of frequency. Though it is always a compromise when you put something around a capsule. If you want more wind protection on this, for example, you could use the size 3 instead, which is furrier. You could use the size 2 or the size 3 on the DPA 4060. And there are 4 sizes. And if you'd like to find out exactly which size fits your lav mic, go onto our website and check out our size guide under info for the wind bubbles. And that's got a lot of mics and a lot of different sizes on it. So yeah, we've got the 4 sizes. There are also 6 different colors. So that's gray, black, we've got brown ones. That's the size 1, incidentally, it's very small. That'll fit your MK1, DPA 6060, Countryman B6 and such mics. And that's the size 4, that's the biggest one. So that'll fit mics with a diameter of 11 millimeters. That works on the Lomezis and stuff like that, and the Clippies. So yeah, depending on what you need, we have a size that fits your mic. I'm going to show you how to take this out. So to unmount it, you just apply a little bit of pressure on the top just to ease the capsule out, and that twists right out. You don't lose your cap inside or anything like that. Sometimes it can take a little bit of a knack or maybe some practice, but with practice it gets a lot easier. So yeah, let's talk about the Lav Concealer, and that's this guy here. And we have 11 different, or we cater for 11 different microphones, but I know some people have tried using other microphones in, and they do tend to work. So I'm going to show you how to mount the 4060. It's a soft rubber, which means you can bend it like this. And the best way to mount it is put your thumb at the front, 2 fingers at the back, bend it. That gives you the entry hole here, and then you slot the microphone in until you feel it against your thumb. That's when it's up at the end. Let it spring back, and that's the perfect mount. So we also have various ways of attaching this to your talent. You can use a clothing clip, which it comes with. I've got one here. Right, so the clothing clip fits either into the back 2 holes on either side of the cable entry or to the front, depending on how you'd like to mount it. If you're mounting it in a bra, I would suggest putting the cable clip in the front, running it up the inside of the bra, and then clipping it to the outside fabric. That's a very good mount. The fabric guard is intended to keep fabric away from the top of the rubber. So this is the Fabric Guard Extreme. The regular size ones also come with the regular fabric guard, which is like that. And then the Lav Concealer is available in white or black, and the corresponding color fabric guard and metalwork will come with that, either chrome or black. So that's the Lav Concealer, and you can hear what it sounds like. I'm going to attach it to my hand with some of our Lav Concealer tape. That comes in a roll of 120. You also get 6 pieces when you buy the Lav Concealer. And the tape's cut specifically to the shape of the Lav Concealer, again to keep glue away from the capsule and make sure that the capsule sits in free space, or as much free space as possible. Fit the tape, take the backing paper off, fit it to either skin or to fabric, or to the back bumper of a car if you want to use it to mount for that. It sometimes fits on a visor very well, and that also gives the mic a bit of a shock mount, being that it's rubber and won't transmit as many of the vibrations. So yeah, you're hearing me talking through the 4060 on my hand now. So yeah, I'll show you how to remove it. You grab the back just under the cable and just peel it away, and then you need to free up one of the corners of the tape, like that, and you peel the tape back, and that comes off without leaving a residue at all, and dispose of the tape. And that's the Lav Concealer. So if you've got any questions about that, yeah, we'd be happy to ask them. Please contact us or hit us up on social media, or yeah, we'll try and catch you live after this. Let's see if I can show you how to remove the mic. Yeah, you bend the concealer back like this again, and yeah, just twist the capsule a little bit as you bend it out, and that removes it without losing any caps, which is a common question we get asked. Right, so I'd like to show you next our range of Lav Covers, and we've got 2 in particular: the Invisible Lav Covers Original and the Invisible Lav Covers Fur Outdoor. And these are useful in any situation that you could use them in. To protect the mic from wind, fabric rustle, friction, and also just to give it a nice housing that you can handle easier when miking up objects and people. So I'll show you how to do that with the Invisible Lav Covers Original. This is one of my favorites that I use to, for example, hide a mic in a cap or a hat, as it's very unobtrusive and very transparent sounding. So I've got one here, and you can see it's a soft, squidgy mesh fabric that has a very fine weave on one side, and it's got this transparent pore weave on the other side. And that means you can, the fine weave goes on the microphone side, and it comes with, in the box, 30 mounts. That is 9 of the Invisible Lav Covers, which are reusable 3 to 4 times, and 30 of the pieces of invisible lav tape. So I'll show you how to mount that. And you'll notice the tape has a window in it, and that's because we don't like putting any of the tape on the grid of the microphone. That leaves a glue buildup over time and can actually change the frequency of the microphone. So pop the microphone grid in the middle of that window, like so, on the tape. Step 2, I'm not going to name the steps here. Grab your Invisible Lav cover and put it with the fine fabric side up against the edge of the tape on one side, then bend over the other side and also depress the edge. And the reason to do it by the edges first is because you don't want to crush the mic in there too much. Try and give it as much space as possible. And then you end up with this little packet like that. and that protects it from, it gives it a nice little packet and protects it from friction and a little bit of wind noise, and yeah, gives you a nice way of hiding the mic in the cap. So I would normally take that and pop it just on the inside of the headband at the top, and that puts the microphone just on the forehead, which is a very nice acoustical place to put a mic on a person. I'll put it on my hand, and you can hear what that sounds like, me mic'd up with a 4060 on my hand. Not an ideal situation all the time, but works for this video. And you can hear what the material does, frequency-wise, and it should be very transparent. We'll take this off, and you can see the packet there. And then what you do is you take the mesh material from the back, and then that separates the tape out. And then slowly around the edges, remove the mesh material like this. And that's reusable. I've already used that twice, so that's the third time, and it's still reusable the fourth. And then you can pull this off the side of the mic. The tape leaves no residue, and it hasn't been in contact with the grid, which is really good. Dispose of that. If you need something a little bit more heavy duty, if you're going outdoors and it's going to be windy, if you've got heavier fabrics that you need to protect against, if you have some more space and you want to ensure that no matter what, you're going to get the best results, we have the Lav Covers, the invisible Lav Covers, Fur Outdoor. And that is our piece of fur, which I have in my other Lav box here. And I've used this extensively. The piece of fur allows you creative freedom. This piece is cut almost to its end, but it comes in a longer piece, a much longer piece like this, and about 2 or 2.5 times as long as this. And that allows you to cut pieces as you wish, to whatever size you need. And I use that, for example, if you have a stubble guy with a freshly shaved neck, and maybe, I don't know, the stubbles come out again and he's got a collar on, you can hear like a scratching noise between the shirt and the stubble. And if you cut color matched, because this comes in the same 6 colors as our wind bubbles, white, off-white, beige, brown, grey and black. If you cut a color-matched piece of the fur for each side of the inside of the collar, it's a nice trick that stops the scratchiness coming through as ambient noise. That's the piece of fur, and because it can get a little bit furry, cutting that on set, maybe under pressure, you want to be able to go to the square that you've got pre-cut. We've pre-cut them for you. So these come with 9 in 3 colors. So those are 9 different fur squares, and they have the transparent back material and the multi-pile fur on the front. And I'll show you how to fit that as well. You can hear what it sounds like very quickly, because you've already seen this once. Take some of the invisible Lav tape, pop the grid in the middle of the window, attach the edge of the fur cover, push down the rest of the edges. That's what it looks like in the package. That's how you would set it up if you can beforehand. Take off the backing paper. That's what it looks like, and then fit it to your talent or whatever you'd like to fit it to. Also useful using the fur on the back of, you hear me through this mic now, on the back of car bumpers if you want to record exhausts and give it a little bit of wind protection, is you can use a microphone inside a Lav Concealer. And this is a really cool way of doing it. That stops the vibrations from the car coming up to the mic. And then you can put a piece of fur with the invisible Lav tape over the top edge to protect the capsule from wind. So that would then fit over the top like that. And that's a really cool way of creating a an extremely resilient microphone mount for your lav mic. So I'll take this off again. So again, peel it off from the back, give it a little tug around there, and the tape comes off the cover like this. The cover is reusable. And remove the tape from the mic. And there you go. And that is our range of invisible lav covers. That's the invisible lav covers original and the Fur Outdoor. And I hope you like them. Give them a try at some point because they're really good tools to have in your toolbox. And then I'd like to show you, last but not least, the very cool little device called the Cable Saver. And that's this guy here. And the Cable Saver is really a lifesaver. It's like a shock absorber for your microphone. And you can use it in one of two ways. You can use it down near the transmitter, as I have here. And that protects against the transmitter falling and snapping and damaging the combiner on your transmitter or microphone. So yeah, that's a really good place to put it, and that's what it was designed for initially, and it saves a lot of money over time from rough handling of transmitters and microphones, and you'll save yourself many breakages over time. And the other way you can use it is up near the top of the microphone, so up near the capsule end, and in this case the shock absorption effect actually acts as a vibration absorption effect and stops all cable noise from beneath that point coming to the capsule. Cable noise is a big thing. This is what it sounds like. That's rubbing it, and if you touch it, and that's generally, I mean, that's the DPA 4060. Different microphones, different designs have different levels of cable noise or different types of material, and therefore, yeah, it's always an issue. Especially if it's under a shirt against thicker fabrics, and the talent is also fidgety. That's never a good thing. But basically, yeah, that's what it sounds like. And this is the effect of the Cable Saver, because everything below that, that's above, that's below. Above, below, and touching. So it really has a big effect on stopping the noise from reaching the capsule. So yeah, check that out. That's called the Cable Saver. It looks like that. It comes in a pack of 4, and that's available from any Bubblebee dealer. And yeah, we hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Check out our website at bubblebeeindustries.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube /Bubblebee Industries. And have a windy day.